My name is Divinity Roxx, and a lot of people have been asking me to show you how I play Rebel. Rebel is a song of mine that I wrote a while back. It's just bass and rhymes, and I'm going to show it to you today. We're going to do a 3-part lesson, maybe 4 parts, but we'll start off with just 3. I'm going to play Rebel for you, and Rebel is bass and rhyme, so I'll start off by playing it for you. Some people are born to lead and others are born to follow. Some people are born to spit it, others are born to swallow. Some are born to make the rules, others are born to break it. Some people are born to dish it, others are born to take it. I was born to make this better whenever, however, never will I. Let them take me, let them make me, cause I know it's a lie. I'm a rebel when I'm writing, say remorse aside. If you look into my eyes, what you see, the strongest weapon, me in the booth, spitting the truth. The trouble you is falling in need of a parachute. All you want is loot, but loot the fruit and execute anybody if they cause a dispute. Well, screw you. We'll take it to the streets, cause we all bear arms. Take it to the police, cause they only spread harm. Deep in communities where the sun ain't warm. In the midst of the storm, we resist when they bomb. I'm a rebel, won't you put it to this metal, baby? It ain't no other who can bring it on this level, baby. I go to war every day with the devil, baby. Cause I'm a rebel, baby. I'm a rebel, baby. Say I'm a rebel, won't you put it to this metal, baby? It ain't no other who can bring it on this level, baby. I go to war every day with the devil, baby. Cause I'm a rebel, baby. I'm a rebel, baby. The first technique is a hammer-on. Rebel is in the key of D minor. And so I hammer on to D at the 7th fret of the G string. Now, the way you do a hammer-on is you take your index finger and you basically hammer onto the note. Now, you notice that when I hammer on, if I don't stop or mute the note with my right hand, it's going to continue to ring. So you don't want that. So what you want to do is, after you hammer on, you want to immediately thump with your right hand. Now, what you're thumping with you're using your thumb, and you're also using this part of your palm to sort of mute the note. Right? Now, did you hear that? What's that? Oh man, I just plucked with the index finger of my right hand. So not only am I hammering on here, I am thumping and plucking the G string actually. So thump, pluck, hammer on, thump, pluck. So you start to feel that percussion. So now what we're going to do is we're going to move on. So we got that 7th fret of the G string, which is the D. And we got the hammer on and the pluck. So we're going to hammer on to the F with our pinky. Right? Now hammering on with the pinky is a little bit harder, but it takes a little bit of control. Now, in order to get a real good hammer on, you have to lift your hand pretty high off of the neck of the bass. We have 2 parts to Rebel now. We have the hammer-on of the D, the thump, and the pluck. And we have the hammer-on of the F with our pinky and thumb pluck. So let's play that. Next part of Rebel that we're going to talk about and play occurs on the D string. So we're going to do, it's the same exact technique, hammer, thumb, pluck. But what we're going to do is we're going to take our 2nd finger, our most commonly known as the middle finger, and we're going to hammer onto the B flat, which is at the 8th fret of the D string, right? So now you have, right? Woo, starting to sound like Rebel, man. Make you want to move a little bit. So next thing that that we're gonna do is we're gonna add another index finger hammer thumb pluck at the 7th fret on the D string, which is A, the note A. So, right? We're going to play that chromatically. So what we want to do is we want to hammer onto E, which is the 9th fret of the G string. Hammer onto E with that 3rd finger, and instead of hammer plucking, we're gonna let it ring out a little bit. So first we're gonna hammer, thumb, and mute it, and then come back with this thumb and play it out. So the first thing that we do is we mute that note with our thumb. We aren't really hammering it, we're sort of just muting it, and then we come back and play it with our thumb. Right? Sense. And now we're going to talk about another technique that's used. It's a triplet, actually a quadruplet, that we do on that same E with the 3rd finger at the 9th fret on the G string. And that's kind of what it sounds like. And what we do is we hammer on with the 3rd finger on the 9th fret of the G string onto the E. Then we take our thumb and we play down with a downstroke. Then we take an upstroke with our thumb. And you want to use this part of your thumb. I don't know if you can see that. This part of your thumb coming up, this part of your thumb going down. You know, you got to practice that too. Right? So you practice that. Now what you want to do is add that triplet, quadruplet feel. So it's... And the way you get that is you take the index finger and you go up. It's not really a pluck. You kind of just brush the string going up with the index finger and brush the string going up with the middle finger on your right hand. So down, up with the thumb, index finger, middle finger. That's the whole thing. That's the whole technique for Rebel. That's all of it. All right, so I want you to go work on that, because next we're going to add the rhyme. So I want you to be really proficient in being able to play that pattern. I hope that it makes sense for you, and I hope you're enjoying this. So that's the second part of the Rebel lesson. The next part, we will get into the hook of Rebel, and I'll see you next month. All right, so take your time. You know, spend a little bit of time working on that technique, and that's the whole thing. Well, that's the whole bass part of Rebel. Next, we'll do the lyrics. All right, Divinity Roxx. Holla at you guys.